and today I wanted to talk to you about morning sickness. So for those of you women that are lucky enough not to experience morning sickness at all, your entire 9 months, actually it's more like 10 months of pregnancy, you are the lucky ones, and I'm not talking to you, so bless your heart. But if you happen to be just like me and you struggled with morning sickness during every single one of your pregnancies, I'm about to tell you what I did and all of the research I've done to try and make morning sickness a little bit easier. So right off the bat, just want to let you know I feel your pain, because both of my pregnancies, I had 16 weeks of 24-hour nausea. My first trimester, my first pregnancy, I actually didn't put on any weight. And my second, I actually lost weight during the first trimester. So it really wasn't fun. I hate that part of pregnancy. I felt like tired and zero energy, and I never wanted to eat, and smells were totally off-putting to me. I remember not being able to wear certain perfumes. The smell of certain foods was off-putting to me. So if this sounds like you, I'm definitely talking to you. So morning sickness, every pregnancy is different. Just because you had morning sickness your first pregnancy doesn't necessarily mean that you would have it your second pregnancy. I just happened to be, I guess, really unlucky and I had it for both. So the first thing that I will share with you is a little trick that I used to do. Before waking up every single morning, I would literally keep saltine crackers or dry crackers, soda crackers, whatever it is you have, or whatever your preference is, on my nightstand. And basically, before I even got out of the bed, rolled over to kind of prop myself up, I would have one or two of those crackers, and that would kind of settle all of, I guess, the nausea that was there, all of the acid that may have been in my stomach that gave me that sort of queasy feeling. So that's literally how I would start every single day. And then I think probably a few weeks into my first pregnancy, I found this item called Preggy Pops. And obviously you don't want to take any major drugs or medication when you're pregnant. So finding this particular product, which we sell in the store here, was a life-changing event for me. And they're called Preggy Pops. So you can get the Preggy Pops in sort of like mint or sweet size, which is basically they look like candy, right? They're not minty flavored. They have sort of like a lemony, citrusy flavor. It's kind of weird to tell you what it really tastes like, but for a girl that was put off from many food groups and smells, I was not surprisingly put off by this particular item, and I really felt like it really saved me. And you can have as many of them as you want to. Anytime you feel that nausea kind of coming on, I used to just keep a few in my purse, keep a few at work, keep a few in my room. Everywhere I went, I would bring those with me. And I really wasn't attracted to sweets, so it was kind of even more weird that this particular item really worked for me. But they're called Preggy Pops, and it really was a life saver, and every time I would feel nausea, I would pop one of those. So outside of that, some doctors, and this is definitely a conversation you need to have with your doctor, but some doctors will allow women to have, something that settles the stomach. In the US, they have like Emitrol, over here, and then maybe in Europe, they have something called Gravol, and Gravol makes other items, like they've got a ginger chew that you can chew on that can settle your stomach sometimes. And ginger in general, like ginger tea or some sort of ginger candy, ginger really settles your stomach. So if your body gets sort of settled and calms down from ginger, I would definitely recommend those. But for sure, before putting anything, even if it's over-the-counter drugs in your body while you're pregnant, speak to your doctor. There are some doctors that will actually allow you to take something like that. Obviously, you don't want to go overboard, but speak to your doctor. If it's going to be something that's debilitating you and preventing you from really doing what you need to do, then you know, it's probably a good option. Other than that, I would stay away from any of the food that just really turned me off during pregnancy. Stuff like anything too garlicky would just turn me off. Onions for sure would turn me off. With my daughter, it was anything fish related, and it's so strange because she really doesn't eat fish. She doesn't really eat meat. All she pretty much eats is a lot of vegetables and even more fruit. So it's quite funny how the things that you're turned off from while pregnant sometimes impacts what your children's preference are. So other than that, you know, unfortunately, there really isn't too many options. In very rare cases, I know that there's some women that struggle with nausea and morning sickness, which we know isn't really morning sickness. For some of us, it lasts 24 hours. So, some women struggle with it for the whole pregnancy. Hopefully you're not that type of gal, but if you are, there are certain things that you can do to try and alleviate that. But normally most women experience a little bit of the morning sickness early on in pregnancy, and for sure by the second trimester, most of that is gone. So hopefully this video has been helpful to you. If you're struggling with morning sickness, trust me, I understand. I feel you. Try some of these out. Let us know what you think. Post in your comments below. We'd love to hear from you, and of course subscribe to our channel because we're doing a lot of these videos that will help mom guide you through the pregnancy process and beyond. So we'd love for you to come back. Take care.